Hey love, today I will touch on the subject of why people treat us badly and why people don't treat us the way we want to be treated. That's a very important topic because we all like to moan and complain about how others treat us and what they do that they shouldn't do, and so on and so on. So, I started self-development, and I started to reading my first books about self-development when I was 17. So that was like 20 years ago. And throughout all this time, the biggest lesson and learning is always about what's happening outside. It's a reflection of your inside. And for a very long time, for many years, I was struggling with judging people on how they treat me, like it was their fault. But the truth is that people treat us like we treat ourselves. People are just the mirrors. And I think this is the most brutal truth we don't usually like to hear, because this type of revelation obviously calls for doing some inner work, right? And it's easier to say, oh, someone is just not right, someone is not appreciating me enough, someone is not respecting me enough, someone is not loving me enough, someone is not choosing me enough, someone is not showing me enough how important I am, someone is not coming up with some ideas, like not reading my mind, and the thing is that no one is there to serve you like we think that someone should serve us. I mean, another human being is not born to serve us. I mean, another human being is born, first of all, to live their own life, right? And they express themselves. So, I mean, we have to stop looking at people and judging how they behave and start to ask ourselves, what in me attracts this type of behavior? Because the truth is that if someone is not respecting you enough, it is because you are not respecting yourself enough. When the person respects themselves enough and respects themselves really, other people feel it and they respect that person. If the person is not respecting themselves enough, they don't value themselves, they don't even have own boundaries, the other people will try to walk over them. And then these people are surprised, oh, why this is happening to me? Well, it's happening to you because, I mean, this is what you show to people. The way you treat yourself is basically showing others how they have to treat you. So my biggest lesson I remember was when I was working still for the company. Like, I have been working for myself for a very long time now, but I mean, it was years ago, where I was feeling so angry and irritated because of all the amount of work I was doing. I was feeling that my boss is not appreciating me enough. He's not recognizing me for what I do. And the biggest slap in the face, that it was like kind of slap in the face, this revelation, was that no, Magdalena, it's not about the boss. It's about you not respecting yourself enough for the amount of work you do. You're not valuing yourself enough, but you just do more and more and more to prove your own self-worth. And that was a huge lesson for me, because when I realized that if I will not appreciate my talents and my work and my input, no one will ever. And the same goes for a very common topic, love. Someone is not loving me enough, like it's not loving me as strongly enough. Well, the thing is that if someone you think is not loving you enough, loving you not so strong as you wish, it is a reflection of the level of your own self-love. So I'm gonna break it down into example. Let's say you feel that your partner is not loving you enough, he's not so strong about you, right? It is because deep inside yourself you are not strong about yourself. You're not loving yourself enough. And this is reflected in such a little things as, Let's say you do have a boyfriend and you have this partnership and so on. And then deep down in you, there is a desire maybe to experience something different, maybe to, I don't know, travel instead of being in a relationship, maybe to be free, or maybe to, I don't know, open up and be poly. I don't know. I mean, people may have very different inner needs. And the moment you are with someone, yet you're hearing your own truth, so yourself is speaking up, and you ignoring it, so you're not acknowledging it, you're not sharing it, you're not bringing this to the table with a partner, but you rather swallowing, and you are like, okay, there's no subject. Like, this is exactly not loving yourself enough, and this is exactly not being important enough for yourself. So when we are like this with ourselves, it's a pure reflection that other people will treat us not seriously either. The same goes for this recognition. Like, we so often want to be recognized for something, appreciated for something. Like, we want others to recognize our value. This is not gonna happen unless we recognize our own value first. And this is a hard work, because obviously we don't want to do so much inner work, because that means digging deep into some beliefs, some programs, some unconscious conditioning that we have sometimes from the childhood. It's work. So obviously it's easy to blame someone that they are not doing something enough, rather than admit that, okay, maybe the problem's with me, maybe I don't love myself enough, maybe I don't appreciate myself enough, maybe I don't value myself enough, maybe I'm not loyal to myself enough, yet I'm expecting others to be loyal to me. I mean, how ridiculous is that, isn't it? But this is the game our ego plays. It wants us to rather blame someone, because it's easier. The ego wants to survive, so it's gonna do everything. So if you are really upset with people around you, they not treat you the way you want to be treated, ask yourself first how you are treating yourself in that regard. And also, as a next step, what can you do to change it? What can you do to shift? Because what happens when you shift inside, everything outside shifts. It's a inside and outside is like two halves of the same thing. It's all connected. It's all reflection. Outside is just a reflection of what's happening in you there. But no one is teaching us to dig there, like deep down, and look out for these things and find out, because we so much focus on the outside world. And the thing is that everything starts from within. So we should go outside when we are grounded within. Otherwise, it's like going outside to the world with emptiness inside. It's not gonna work. Okay, so I hope that this quick, powerful message was helpful. Bye for now, and I'm gonna see you in one of the other videos. Feel free to share the comments and the insights if you had any, and lots of love.